Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the narcissist doesn't want you to heal. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So as the thumbnail mentions, the narcissist does not want you to heal. This is a fact. They don't want you to put yourself back together. They don't want you to get the wisdom. They don't want you to learn about the narcissistic abusive cycle. They don't want you to escape the trauma bond. They don't want you to put yourself back together. What the narcissist wants is, after the relationship has ended, they want you to, number one, to play the blocking and unblocking game, which I'll talk about in a moment. But two, they want to keep you stuck. They do not want you advancing your life. They do not want you building new relationships. They do not want you finding love again. They do not want you having custody of the children and or getting assets if you have to divorce the narcissist, or if you're looking to divvy up time with the kids, custody that is, and or assets. They will always want to get more than you. So keep this in mind. The narcissist believes that they are better than you. They believe they are smarter than you, that they know more than you, that they can always get one over on you. And when the narcissistic relationship has ended, or it is ending, let's say it's ending as an example, many times what people do is they do play the blocking, unblocking game. And I get it. I understand that. Which this is, it's, first of all, it's not a game. It's your life. But second of all, it's when the individual, who is you watching the channel, and thank you very much for being here, you are either A, in the trauma bond, or you are not strong enough to block the narcissist. Or there could be other reasons why. Point being is, when you are blocking the narcissist and then unblocking them, and then blocking them and unblocking them, that is not only giving the fuel to the narcissist, it's letting them know how weak you are, because you're not strong enough to keep them blocked. Now, I do understand there are different circumstances for different individuals, and some people need to unblock the narcissist maybe to get an answer once in a while if they're divorcing the narcissist, etc. I get it. But if you are still caught up in the trauma bond, believe me when I tell you, blocking and unblocking, it sends a clear message to the narcissist that A, they are in control of that relationship. Believe me when I tell you. And B, you haven't broken the bond yet, and you need to figure out how to do that. And that's why I have my channel, to give you the tools to help you get through the narcissistic relationship. But getting back on track, the narcissist doesn't want you to heal. That's why, think about a narcissist who would hoover post-relationship. Let's say you have healed. Say you've reached the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. Well, you're doing great. And then what happens? Well, the holidays approach, or it's your birthday, or some past special occasion, an occasion of the past, and the narcissist tries to hoover you. They try to draw you back into a relationship with them. Why would they do that? The reason they do that is because, number one, probably their source of supply isn't cutting it. Number two, because they're testing you to see if you've healed. And three, they want to enter your mind again. They want you to be thinking about them again, and thinking about the good times that you had with them. And believe me when I tell you, pardon me, you did have some good times with them. I'm sure you did. But the toxicity, the negativity, and the abuse completely surmounted the positive days that you had with the narcissist. And the narcissist does not want you to heal. That is exactly why they pop up when they're least expected to pop up. That is why after months, years, perhaps even decades, you may get a phantom hoover from the narcissist. Now, keep in mind, a hoover is not something that you want to accept. A hoover, if you get one, I really suggest you do not accept it. Let's say you get a letter in the mail. I would not be reading that letter. I would be throwing it away right in the bin. That's what I would be doing. But each and every one of us has to take action how we see fit. With that letter as an example, understand what I'm going to share with you. If you were to open that letter and read it, no matter what it said to you, keep in mind, first of all, it came from a narcissist. That's number one. Number two, that letter probably will have a lot of misinformation of it in it, meaning they will probably paint the past as it wasn't that bad, or they didn't do anything, or they will be blaming you. In other words, they will be bringing up memories from the past to bubble up to the present, and that probably will set you back. And then perhaps, let's say that you took that same letter and you wrote them a letter back to them to explain your side of the story after you've healed. Think about what I'm sharing with you. First of all, if you've healed, you wouldn't do that. But second of all, if you did, you're just opening the door of communication with the narcissist again, and that's what they want. The narcissist doesn't want you to heal. They want to keep you trapped and stuck. They don't want you advancing. And that's what happens so frequently. People are on the healing path, and they're feeling strong, and they're feeling good about themselves, and making progress, and everything's going great. And then boom, what happens? The narcissist, or somebody else, perhaps even a flying monkey, will ask a question. or they will Facebook Messenger you or send you a message on some platform, and you're like, wait, I haven't heard from this person in 5 years. What's going on here? Well, what's going on there? What do you think is going on there? That's right. That is a Hoover by proxy, or that is a flying monkey, or that is the narcissist sending out signals to their crew to contact you and to test the temperature of you to see if you're open to strike up a relationship again. Now, this video is to let you know that when you have healed, first of all, you're feeling really good and confident, and doors have begun to open for you. Opportunities have opened for you. You perhaps have relocated, started a new job, found love again, built friendships. You're doing really well. One of the best things that you've done on the healing path is you've figured out, after you've processed the relationship, is you figured out that life should be going at your speed. You should not be doing things at someone else's speed, and you shouldn't be bullied into doing things. And you should understand that you have priorities, that you come first, second, and third. In other words, you are now living a calm, serene, peaceful life. At least that's my hope. And if that is you, drop comments below. If you're still looking to be on the healing path, I mean, you haven't quite, the relationship ended recently, you're trying to process things and put things together, you're gonna have a mountain of work in front of you. Now, believe me when I tell you, I'm not trying to trigger you or upset you. It's that we all have to go through this. Every one of us on the channel has experienced the toxic narcissistic relationship firsthand, or most of us have. And most of us are on the healing path. A lot of us have healed, and some of us, or many of us, have received Hoovers. Now, if you receive a Hoover, again, I'm sharing with you, don't accept it. Now, flip the script for a minute. If you don't get a Hoover, that's a great thing. It means the narcissist is not, you are not on their radar, number one. Number two, you have boundaries in place. Number three, you're not gonna fall for the mask ever again. And number four, you now know who they are and what they did to you, and you want nothing to do with them, so that's a good thing. But keep in mind, healing, what is healing? Healing is something that the individual that was abused needs to go through. They need to take time and slow down and process childhood wounds, journal, see a therapist perhaps who has experienced the toxic narcissistic cycle themselves, and meditate and understand that life is for you to be enjoyed and to experience. It's not meant for you to be a pawn or a puppet or a tool to be weaponized by the narcissist. That's how you were living. You're not living that way these days. What you're doing is you're understanding that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. But all I'm sharing with you is healing is something that we need to do because damage was inflicted upon us. If you were ever questioning if the relationship that you were in was a narcissistic relationship, just think about what I'm going to share with you. Did you have to put yourself back together? Yes. Did you have to lose a support system? Yes. Were you financially abused? Yes. Did you experience parental alienation, meaning you couldn't see the kids or the grandkids? Probably. Did you lose a lot of the relationships that you built up over years, even before you met the narcissist, including friends, co-workers, people in communities and organizations? Yes, you probably did. Did your health take a hit? Probably. Did you have sleepless nights and very vivid dreams, including dreams about the narcissistic relationship? I'm sure of that. Did you have to find out what you were experiencing by typing something in Google or YouTube, and then the search engine popped up narcissism? Probably. Did you believe that narcissism even existed on the planet? Probably not. All of these things I'm sharing with you is why you're on the channel. Now, those illustrations are to let you know, if most of those apply to you or all of them, that means you're on the healing path. That means you were in a toxic narcissistic relationship, or a relationship that definitely didn't serve you. Now, why I'm saying these things is because you have to understand and slow your life down to heal. The narcissist doesn't heal. They believe there's nothing to heal from. That's number one. Number two, they don't know how to heal. Number three, they can't introspect. Number four, they won't be accountable for the destruction they created in your life. Number five, they've already moved on to another unsuspecting source of supply, another individual. And number six, they are part of the narcissistic abusive cycle. And that is how they live, in the low vibrational quagmire state. That's where they live. That's not where you live. You were there for a period of time because you were captured and you were existing in the low vibrational state with the narcissist. As I mentioned on the channel so frequently, in these relationships, post love bomb or post euphoric stage, when everything is all puppies and rainbows, or you think things are going great. In fact, that's all a charade or a mirage, if you will. But after that, that's when the energetic exchange takes place. That's when the narcissist steals your bright light, your beauty, your abundance, and they dump all their toxicity into you. And the longer that relationship goes on, the more damage is inflicted upon you and the more supply you're giving the narcissist. Now, I'm unpacking a lot, but I'm sharing with you this. Post-relationship, you need to heal. You need to have boundaries. You need to not be a people pleaser, not be a yes person. You need to learn to say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. But on top of that, this is why the healing path for so many people post-relationship, they can't wrap their head around what kind of relationship they just came out of, because it was something unlike anything they had ever experienced before. And it almost took them down and out for the count. And I do not say that lightly. It's true. But then you flip around, you flip the script, and you look at the narcissist, and they move on like nothing ever happened. That's why, because they don't have to heal. There's nothing for them to heal. They are empty shells. They're empty vessels. They're not going to be accountable. They're not going to give you closure. They're not going to take responsibility. They're not going to tell you that, in fact, the past, your version of the past was reality, because they're going to gaslight you and have you doubt that the reality that you experienced actually happened. That is what they do. That is why the narcissists so frequently, really focus on this part for a moment, when you're in the relationship, or even if you've ended it and you're trying to block them, many times they bring up the past and they say, oh, it wasn't that bad, or you don't remember it quite that way, or I don't remember it the way you're talking about it. Why are they doing that? Number one, because most likely you're still in the trauma bond. And number two, because they are trying to gaslight you and have you doubt that it was that bad in the relationship with them. And this is one of their primary tools that they use to weaponize against empaths or against individuals who don't know what's going on, which means they don't have the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle. You're getting it on my channel now. You're applying it. You're utilizing the tools I'm giving you, and you're understanding that the narcissist does not want you to heal, I can assure you. Now let's give you a different example. Let's say the relationship is over. You've blocked them, gone no contact, deleted them, and removed all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That's great. Does the narcissist then still want you to heal? No, they don't. They don't want you to exist, number one. But number two, they don't want you to thrive. They don't want you to discover yourself. They don't want you to realize that you have so much abundance and beauty within you. They don't want you to advance in life. They really, really don't. So that's another whole aspect that you need to understand. You're not with the narcissist. That's a great thing. You blocked them. That's a better thing. You've relocated. That's an incredible thing. You now have new infrastructure of friends and people around you to support you, which is a support system. These people love and care about you. That's another great thing. But that is your new life, and that's how it should be, or that's what you should be working towards. The narcissist, they still don't want you to do well. I'm telling you firsthand. They don't want anything good for anybody other than themselves. And you may think, well, actually, that's not really true. They kind of do want good for people around them. Well, if you're going to say that, I would share this with you. Perhaps maybe they do want some goodness for other individuals around them, which these people aren't you, but there's something to that. In other words, if somebody wins an award or something, well, then the narcissist will claim that award as theirs, or they will get supply from that. That's why many times when the narcissist has kids, they use kids as supply. I mean, there's so many different layers here. But before I close the video, I want to let you know, you need to understand something. The narcissist does not want you to heal. They do not want you to put two and two together and figure out that they are a narcissist. They want to keep on playing the blocking and the unblocking game with you. They want to keep you trapped in the narcissistic fog. They don't want you ever advancing in life. This is a fact. It's exactly how they go on from person to person, business to business, country to country, town to town, relationship to relationship, because they never stay still with one individual for a period of time, and that person does not experience abuse. Understand that message, what I shared with you. You may think to yourself, well, my ex, the narcissist, they're living a great life and all their pictures on social media look amazing, and they got married for the third or fourth time and everything's going great. Don't be so sure. Appearances are not always as they seem, and social media is meant as a narcissistic playground. It's exactly what it is. And that individual, i.e. the new supply, believe me, they're getting abused each and every day just like you were. The only difference is maybe right now they're in the love bomb stage, or maybe they're out of it and they're just appearing that their life is so beautiful, but behind the closed doors, they're getting the abuse that you used to experience. So not everything goes well for the narcissist. It usually collapses, just like each and every narcissistic relationship collapses. But on top of that, keep this in mind, the narcissist can't heal because they're an empty vessel. There's nothing to their core. You need to heal. You need to slow down and take stock of yourself and put time into yourself. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It's from a different location and it's a little windy. Sorry about that. God bless you all. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, guys.